Man, you know what I'm talking about? This here Saturday, you know what I'm talking about? August 3rd, man. You know what I'm talking about? Where you at with it, man? Is y'all ready for it? Man, look, me and my partner Nate the Great been going back all night, man. He been telling me what I think. A few of my other partners been calling me, you know what I'm talking about? Like, oh, no, bro. I've been watching out a few boxing channels. I was on the I called Greg Hackett late though. I like Greg Hackett, man. I do. Greg Hackett remind me like an OG from the slab, bruh. He do, man. But even though, cause it's like a bunch of boxing channels, right? And even though the ones you'll see come with the narrative, and you see they be doing a whole bunch of, I ain't never really just seen nobody who just like didn't like just didn't have no like you might not agree with them, but like everybody know a little bit of boxing. I'll say that, man. Even though it be a bias in a fantasy game, and you gonna run with the narrative, but everybody know a little bit of boxing. But I'm gonna tell you where we on this boxing talk. You know, I'm talking about August 3rd. I'm gonna tell you, I think we retake our opinion too far. Is when you act like your opinion is fact. I seen an OG today said if you disagree with him, you wrong. I say, man, OG must be man, you smart. Yeah, I ain't never heard that one before, bro. That man said if you disagree with me, you wrong. You know what I'm talking about? Like, they wrong, OG? Man, you smart. You know what I'm talking about? You know everything. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man, me and my partner Nate, we going back and forth. Now, once again, let me tell y'all something. I don't want Bud to lose. I say, what, bro? Because I'm getting all this shit from my people. Like, I'm hating on Bud Crawford. I want him. Now, just think about this. I'm the one who told you about Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that told you about Bud Crawford, nigga, way back. You know what I'm talking about? Like, bruh, get down. You know what I'm talking about? I like Bud, bruh. It's just and once again, this is all I say. I don't want Bud to lose. I'm worried for Bud. Just the way, nigga, that I watch, like, I don't know, everybody don't watch boxing the way I'll be watching boxing, bruh. I'll be watching fights, and I'll be seeing a different fight than the outcome, bruh. I'll be seeing some different shit. You know what I'm talking about? That's why a lot of times when I'm watching a fight, I don't even listen to the commentating, folks. We knocking the baby cuz, you know what I'm talking about, and just watching the fight. Because if you listen to the commentators, folks, it's almost like they got a script. Whatever fighter, whoever the house name, you know what I'm talking about, that's who they gonna talk you into winning. They gonna talk you into seeing that person winning. Even though you watching that person getting their ass whooped. I don't even be liking commentators. I don't. Because they gonna sit there and talk about every punch that they guy through. They ain't gonna say nothing about the counter. They ain't gonna say nothing to like you gotta rock that nigga or drop him or something for them to even talk about the punch. You feel me? And I respect everybody's opinion, folks. And this is what I'm saying. Can I tell y'all something? I'm a little bit superstitious, right? Real superstitious. And it's the boxing fans for me, folks. I like Terrence Crawford, and can I tell you something? I think Terrence Crawford in some good ass shape. Terrence Crawford looked bigger than dude and all that shit. But like, don't even if dude was bigger than him, don't none of that shit matter to me, bruh. I'm telling you, for me, this might not be the same for you. I'm talking about for me. What's gonna be the deciding factor of this fight, whether Bud win or not, is if he could hurt Madrimov. He could be bigger than him and everything, bruh. So you gonna have to watch little shit in this fight right here, and this is gonna tell you real early, bruh. Because if Bud could hurt him, this not even finna be. You know how niggas talking about it's gonna be a late stoppage or something. Brett, listen, if Bud Crawford could hurt this nigga right here, Brett, this fight finna be over quick as fuck. I ain't bullshitting with you. If he could hurt him. Because I'm gonna get to all that, man, boxing talk. Cause dude is hittable. Like a motherfucker. Dude is hittable. But you still gotta hit him. He hittable like a motherfucker. This whole fight is for me, is based on if Bud could hurt this nigga. Cause if Bud can't hurt that nigga, bruh. Bud finna be in trouble. That's all I'm saying. Come here, let me tell you something. I was one of them niggas that was in the on the 741 way, right? Let me tell you something, folks. The best to this day, I might be capping out of turn right here, but I'm gonna say to this day, with my motherfucking eyes, one of the best boxing class, world class boxing performances I've ever seen, nigga, live, was Mildred Taylor and Julio Cesar Chavez, folks. Mildred Taylor was, but I'm talking about put on a pure boxing master class, bruh. Combinations, inside, outside, back foot, front foot. Master class, right? Man, that man got knocked out in the last 12 seconds of that fight. Like the last 10, 12. Motherfuckers was hella mad. Black people wanted to kill Richard Steele where I was at. Oh man, that's all you heard was Don King and Richard Steele. Oh man, listen, I'm just talking about where I was at. I don't know about the world. I'm just talking about the part of the area of the world I was in. I thought somebody knocked on my door. Don King and Richard Steele left a bad taste in black people's mouth. Where I was at, I knew a lot of people that didn't like Mike Tyson because of Don King. It didn't even really have nothing to do with Tyson. They just didn't like Don King. I ain't bullshitting with you. And a lot of other people see, just like Nick Cuss asked me something the other day. And the reason I didn't put like Muhammad Ali, because they was, I caught the end of Larry Holmes, folks. You know what I'm talking about? Muhammad Ali and them was before my time. I caught the end of Larry Holmes and George Foreman. You feel me? Michael Spinks and them. Now, you go back and watch them fights and shit. But, them wasn't the people I grew up watching. I grew up watching basically, Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard and them. All them niggas, what's the other nigga? They said that nigga was over there drinking some bumpy face fighting that Mexican. They said nigga had some bumpy face in the Aaron Pryor. They said nigga had some bumpy face in the corner. He was able to absorb them punches. That nigga was in the corner having a taste. That nigga said, "No, give me that other one." But yeah, man. So and I'm just saying from the way I've been watching boxing, bruh. When I don't never like, it's just like Devin Haney. That's my favorite fighter of today, or one of them. But that's my favorite one out of all the ones I like. Anything from Oakland, gonna be my favorite ones. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't bullshitting with you. We got some raw shit that came up out of Oakland, that boxing shit. Andre Ward, nephew. I hope nephew all right too when he come back to the ring. I think he gonna be too. You know what I'm talking about? I hope he take as long as he need. I hope that nigga come back crushing shit. I hope that experience right there really strengthen this shit up, because I get tired of arguing. Because this is a narrative I keep telling you that nephew don't have a chin, bro. That is the, like, how do you get hit and you get back up and you don't have a chin, bro? That's not even a definition of no chin. But everybody that get back up, you ain't never heard nobody, nigga. Teofimo Lopez got dropped by Santine Martin, bro. He got dropped by Kambosos. You ain't never heard nobody say Teofimo Lopez don't got no chin. I don't know why we get flack. My partner always on me. He was like, man, yeah, man, but Devin got a lot of flaws. Every fighter, not a lot of flaws, but every fighter has flaws, folks. His just get talked about the most. Nigga, every fighter has a flaw, nigga. My nigga Ndugu, shout out the boxer, you know what I'm talking about? You know what Ndugu tell you? Nigga, the most dangerous time to get hit with a punch is when you throwing one, nigga. He said that's your most vulnerable time to get hit with a punch, nigga, is when you throwing one. Hey, bullshit with you. And I ain't no nigga that hung out around boxing gyms and shit. I just been, like, really all that shit right there. I had real boxers that came from my incarceration. I told you we was up here with, what's my nigga name? That's who Andy Ruiz kind of remind me of a little bit. It's two of them niggas, man. I think it's Michael Dokes, bro. I want to say Michael Dokes. But it's either Michael Dokes or but no, it was Michael Dokes, bro. And they let the people stab Michael Dokes. You know what I'm talking about? That ain't funny, man. Hey, man, boy, I tell you. Boy, I tell you, man. But yeah, Michael Douglas, man. Michael Douglas was up there for breaking a motherfucker face. You know what I'm talking about? That nigga had hella years for breaking the motherfucker face too. That nigga had hella years. Michael Douglas the reason because they used to have a gym in the they used to have a ring in the gym. Michael Douglas the reason they took that gym up out of there. They took that motherfucking ring up out that gym. Michael Douglas taught a gang of motherfuckers out here how to fight though. I ain't bullshitting with you. You taught a gang of motherfuckers how to fight out here. The police liked it, Michael Douglas too. They did, man. They did. Mike Douglas got hit in his neck, man. Over there about that weight pal. You know what I'm talking about, man. They ain't let the over there, man. They ain't let the people stab Michael Douglas over the weight pal. I tell you, man. But that's what Andy Ruiz kind of remind me of with them little kind of quick combinations. I like that Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas can get down. He good. But back to Terrence Crawford, man. Just like I told my partner, man. Just like nephew, thing that always worried me and nephew. His nephew always get hit with that motherfucking check hook, just like Sean Porter. Sean Porter and nephew get caught with that same punch every time. You know what I'm talking about? But what always worried me is if he finna fight a motherfucker and that's one of their good punches. You know what I'm talking about? That always bothers me. When a motherfucker finna fight a motherfucker and he one of his weaknesses or one of his flaws is he always gets hit with this kind of punch, and this just so happened to be the other kind of punch this the motherfucker he fighting throw. I'm telling you, bruh. And dude, slow. Listen, bruh. It's simple as this, man. I ain't hating on Terrence Crawford. I want Bud to win. Because on top of that, this the fight Bud can't lose. Because if Bud lose this fight, he gonna lose his legacy. Errol Spence fans gonna be teasing him. They gonna act like he could never fight. He should never been pound for pound. It's gonna be hard for him to ever get a big fight again, bruh. I'm telling you, I damn near feel like I just feel funny, bruh. Now I could stand corrected, bruh. But this is what this whole fight gonna depend on, and I'm gonna keep telling you niggas this. If Bud can't hurt that nigga, bruh, Bud gonna get walked down. If Bud can hurt that nigga, bruh, this fight gonna be over quicker than people expect. It ain't going to no late rounds, bruh. It's not. Because I think Bud in good shape. And I think Bud trying to do as quick as work as possible. You know what I'm talking about? But we just don't know. We ain't seen Bud fight in a year and all that. But motherfuckers trying to insinuate like I'm trying to jinx this nigga. But that's what I was going to tell you. It's like that nigga fans be jinxing that nigga to me, bruh. Just the way they be talking. And that shit be crazy, bruh. It's like y'all just, and everybody fans do this, folks. It's just like when it comes to the your favorite fighter, you just get delusional. Like you'll watch film studies and shit, right? And I ain't never like when people do this, folks. Cause I get the gist of it. Like they showing Madrimov. They show this long ass, slow ass motherfucking jab he throw to the body. Then guess what they do? They go to the film study of Errol Spence. Throwing that long looking slow ass jab that's down like that. Then they got what Terrence Crawford does to Errol Spence. And then they like I told you when the fight was first made, I see what Terrence Crawford and them seen and do that they think they could take advantage of. I said I think they seen a little slick way they could get to Undisputed in a few fights. You know what I'm talking about? And do whatever they was gonna do. I think I peeped they move, right? But you know what they never do, bruh? Well, some people do it. But like, it's like everybody's still stuck on the Errol Spence fight. And granted, that was a good big victory for Bud. But they act like somehow that Errol Spence fight is going like Bud got all the experience and everything, bruh. This fight is gonna come down to if Bud can hurt this dude. Because if Bud can't hurt this dude, bruh, Bud finna be in the world of trouble, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Bud finna be in the world of trouble, bruh. He gonna have to be able to hurt this dude. And when you hear people talk, you'll think Bud was Tank. You know what I'm talking about? Of course, Bud got world class skills, and he should be quicker and all that. But I was trying to find the thing to see. I don't even think Mazurov been hurt. That's another thing, bruh. Man, this fight for me, you might not agree. It's gonna come down to Bud. Hold on, let me go put some smoke on him. You know what I'm talking about? I had to put some smoke on him. You know what I'm talking about? Ooh, smoke it. You know what I'm talking about? Mama say brush them whiskers when you on TV, boy. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man, for me, just me knowing boxing, me watching boxing, bruh, and what I think, because we all can envision, like, we can all fantasize, like, yeah, man, I can see this, but you gotta do that shit, bruh. And when you watching tape and all that shit, bruh looks clumsy, slow. Like I told you, I wouldn't even be surprised if Bud get a flash knockdown for that nigga being off balance. But that's if he fight that fight, bruh. You not gonna know, bruh. Some people, and I'm not trying to put hellish shit on Madrimov. Nigga only got 10 fights. I wish the nigga was fighting Boots, bruh. I just do. You know what I'm talking about? This ain't no fight motherfucker asked for. You know what I'm talking about? And that's another thing. I don't think Terrence Crawford asked for that fight, bruh. I think somehow that fight, like, that's why I hope the fix ain't in, nigga. Cause Bud didn't come up there to fight no motherfucking Madrimov. Bud was trying to fight Tim Tszyu. Then this head got busted open by Fendor. Then he was trying to fight him. And it was like, I don't know. I don't know. But I don't think Bud just wanted to fight dude. Coffee Chronicles. You know what I'm talking about? I wasn't nobody that nigga was calling out or nothing. I just think that fight got slid in there, man. I hope the fix ain't in. You feel me? Because that's what I'm just tired of in boxing, period, is the fix, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? I believe if, nigga, the fight was that good, just call that motherfucker a draw, nigga. Or score that motherfucker accordingly. But I don't, like, it'd be way too many robberies. It don't even be no close fight robberies. You can sit here and beat a nigga, man. Now, it's like, nigga, if you don't knock a nigga out, bruh, you don't know what that scorecard gonna be. Another reason I think if Crawford could hurt this nigga, that fight ain't going nowhere near long. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't bullshitting with you. If Crawford could hurt that nigga, please, bruh. Please. He gonna put him in a blender and jump on top of the rope. I ain't bullshitting with you. With his arm crossed like this. I bullshit you not. If Crawford could hurt that nigga, man, that fight ain't going long. But if Crawford can't hurt that nigga, bruh, and this is what I'm worried about. I'm gonna tell you what I really feel in my heart. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if it's not. Once again, my opinion. You ain't gotta agree with me. I think Madrimov is gonna come out. I might be dead wrong, bruh, because there's only like one thing that would never cross my mind in this motherfucking fight right here. They gonna say, "What's that, baby?" Because that Madrimov is gonna outbox Bud for 12 rounds. That's the only thing that I can't see. You know what I'm talking about? That's the only thing that has never crossed my mind. So that would be the only thing that would probably surprise the baby cuz, right? Because that's what I just don't see, right? But like when you in there, bruh, that shit just awkward, folks. It's just awkward. Just like how they be showing that film study of when Madrimov doing that old shit. You could go to Crawford film study, Brett, and see punches he throw, and then like it's just weird. Even though Madrimov has fought nobody on the level of Bud, and that's another thing motherfuckers be arguing with. I don't like boxing fans be arguing now. I don't, because it be hella niggas like they only want the person that's trying to fight they fighter. They only want that person to fight hella people. I'm telling you, the nigga they'll be naming hella people. They fighter ain't even fought. But somehow the nigga that's trying to fight him got to fight all these other. That's too many fights, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga Terrence Crawford, what, 36, 37 years old? Damn there, nigga. That's too many fights, nigga. Way too many fights. I just say let a nigga fight, bruh. Let him find out if he too young or not. That's experience. You know what I'm talking about? That's gonna make him a bad motherfucker down the line. Coffee Chronicles. But that's some of the most annoying shit there is. They get the name of hella motherfuckers. Your fighter ain't even fought. They done moved your fighter up 2 weight classes and shit. Oh, man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Coffee Chronicles, bro. Let the niggas fight. But I'm worried about Madrimov, man. I ain't bullshitting with you. Because in my head, bro, that's what I was going to tell you. This is what I feel now. You ain't got to, I think Madrimov going to come out and try to do that nigga like Glenn Johnson did Roy Jones, bro. And I don't know why I feel like that. But that's what I feel. Now, I don't know if he going to be able to do it or not. That's why I think it's important that Bud could hurt him. Because if Bud can't hurt him, bruh, I think that nigga is prepared to put immense pressure on Bud that Bud probably ain't never seen before. Because people keep comparing this fucking Errol Spence fight, bruh. Like, that fight was only good for that night, y'all. Of course he did all that shit. Bud 36-37. I'm not saying that we don't know if he lost a step. Might have been out the ring, the timing. We don't know, bro. We don't know what's going to happen. So for motherfuckers just to come up here and get to saying Bud just automatically got this in the bag because the only nigga had 10 fights and he ain't fought no kind of caliber of competition and all that. Do you realize he finna fight some kind of caliber of competition right now? He finna fight the best motherfucker in the world, bro. And when you do that, bro, you either gonna fold or the best gonna come up out you. And that's what I don't think y'all getting. You ain't even worried about nobody else's best. If you think your best is better than theirs, you ain't even tripping off what they got. You not. You not. So I'm saying I hope Bud could hurt him, folks, because that's gonna be detrimental to this whole fight right here, bro. And I mean hurting, folks. And when I mean hurting, I mean hit that nigga to the point where you gonna be able to get him up out of there. I ain't talking about you hit that nigga and you just hit him with a good shot. I ain't talking about that right there, bro. I'm not. Because if you just able, because if it's just that, and you can't hurt the nigga, but you just getting your shit off, bro, it's only a matter of time, folks. Because I'm telling you, I'm going to say for the first 6 or 7 rounds, it's going to depend on what kind of condition this nigga in, too. But, I think he going to try to blitz, bro. I think he going to try to blitz Bud, y'all. I do. And I remember that Glenn Johnson, Roy Jones Jr. fight. That shit made me hella mad, nigga. I love Roy Jones. And, I remember Emmanuel Stewart, rest in peace. And I did not get why he was saying this at the time. I don't know if that's when HBO had boxing or whatever. I forgot, but I think it was. It was right after he had lost to Tarver, too. This was like his next fight. It was Glenn Johnson. And I remember Glenn Johnson just came out and blitzed that nigga. And he was just on him. And I remember Emmanuel Stewart was like, man, his trainer should be embarrassed. I don't know why he's coming out here, man. This is real amateurish. And woo, woo, woo. And next thing you know, yeah, got up on Roy Jones with something. It's the same kind of way, y'all might not remember that fight. That might be too old for you. But for the newer people, it'll be equivalent to the same thing that De La Hoya tried to do to Mayweather in the first 6 rounds. How he was just trying to buffalo him. But Mayweather adjusted to that shit. And I understand all that right there because I'm hearing motherfuckers say, and this is the part I don't get. I'm gonna tell you something else though, because I don't know Bud Chin. That'd be another surprising thing to me too, is if Bud could take his punch well, because that's what I never even thought of. Because if Bud can't hurt him, but he can take Madrimov punch, I still see a key to victory for Bud. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't gonna matter that it ain't. You know what I'm talking about? That'll offset that other shit. That'll offset his power. So Bud probably would be able to sit there, you know what I'm talking about, and get on him and move out the way enough. You know what I'm talking about? That never even crossed my mind if Bud could take his power. But I don't see that happening. That would surprise me. It would. That would surprise me just like Madrimov outboxing Bud. Them be the only two things that surprise me. But this whole fight, bruh, to me, is gonna come down to if Bud could hurt Madrimov, bruh. Cause if Bud can't hurt Madrimov, Madrimov does some athletic shit in there, bruh. Whether he's slow or none of that shit, it look like that shit when you ain't in the ring with that shit, bruh. I'm hearing so many Terrence Crawford fans talking about he telegraphs his punches, but bruh, you know two motherfuckers to me that telegraph they punches. The first one was Razor Reddick, and he only had one hand. He really used to swing with that motherfucking uppercut, right? And he hit a motherfucker with that motherfucker every time, bruh. When a gang of fights using that telegraph fast punch. Deontay Wilder, you don't get no more telegraph than that. And guess what? So whether that motherfucker telegraphed or not, bruh, it's the effect that motherfucker have if it get to you. Is what I'm talking about. Cause everybody just talking like, okay, it is that, bruh. But like, it's like nobody. I heard one nigga say they could see Madrimov getting the Bud in the first couple of rounds, right? Hitting him with something, and then they explained it like, yeah, I could see him hitting Crawford with something to wake him up. That's what I don't think though. I don't think that nigga is swinging. I think if he land, nigga, that ain't gonna. I think it's gonna get more than your attention. That's the worry I have for Bud. I don't think it's gonna. You know what I'm talking about? Now I might be wrong. But I don't think these gonna be them punches, nigga, where you could just be like a good one, nigga. I think if one of these motherfuckers get to you the right way, nigga, you gonna be trying to hold your balance. You know what I'm talking about? I think you gonna be wibble wobble from one of them motherfuckers. Cause if he ever catch you with that explosive ass shit, bruh, you know what I'm talking about? If he ever catch you with that explosive ass shit, that nigga would jump from the other side of the ring to hit your ass with a. And it's this little thing, the one I'm the most worried about for Bud. And I know y'all probably done seen it. And there's some shit he does, cause that's if he fights this way. I don't know if he gonna fight this way. But I was watching the fight where he was going the nigga with the dreads. And he kept going to the body. That same punch arrow, they keep trying to compare to Errol Spence. And they got Bud knocking Errol Spence down, so they just automatically believe like if Madrimov throw the same punch, he gonna be able to hit him with the same punch he hit Errol Spence with. And if Bud don't look out, bro, it'll look like he throwing that shit, nigga, and come up, nigga, with that Thor punch. And that's the one I'm worried about, folks. I am. It's that stomach overhand right shit. That's the one I'm worried about, bro. Because if you fuck around and because everybody talking about the traps that Bud finna set for him. If you just keep on fucking around, you get used to that and you don't, man, I'm telling you, bro, that shit'll get dangerous. And you fuck around and try to react to that shit and counter and you wide open for that Thor punch, bro, that shit gonna ring your bell. You know what I'm talking about? But Bud do his thing, he best pound for pound. I'm just a little bit nervous for him. I ain't gonna bullshit. And I'm telling you, for me, it's gonna depend if Bud can hurt him. If Bud can hurt him, this fight gonna be over in a minute. You know what I'm talking about? That shit ain't lasting nowhere near long. Cause Bud gonna hurt that nigga and he gonna be able to hit him with the rest of them powerful ass combinations. If he can stun him, you get what I'm saying? But if he can't do that, folks, if he can't hurt him, bruh, is I got a bad feeling for Bud. This is whole card. This would be tight ass card. Man, I'm telling you, I can see about 3-4 upsets on that motherfucker though, man. It should be intriguing. Coffee Chronicles. Cause I be talking to my partners. A little we be talking about sports. And I'm gonna tell you something else I be hearing everybody say when they always talking about that Sean Porter. I had Sean Porter in that fight against Spence. I ain't bullshitting with y'all. I was hella mad because I still thought that shit was damn near a draw, even though he got knocked down. But that fight right there, bruh, it wasn't really the way Sean Porter fought, bruh. It was the way Spence chose to fight Sean Porter. You know what I'm talking about? Spence probably could have beat Sean Porter hella easier than that. He chose to fight him because they was talking hella shit up before that fight. So Errol Spence chose to sit right there in the pocket and just do all that shit. You know what I'm talking about? He didn't have to fight him like that. But I be hearing everybody be like, yeah, the Sean Porter that fought Errol Spence. Because I remember when Sean Porter, y'all remember when he fought Ugas and tried to box from the outside? I think Ugas whooped Sean Porter I do. In my opinion, Ugas beat Sean Porter. Sean Porter got a gift on that one. He never did that again. He tried to sit on the outside and box, show, you know what I'm talking about? Man, Ugas was tearing his ass up. That was one of the only times I seen Sean Porter fight like that too. Like for a whole fight. He'll do that shit at times. I'm talking about for a whole fight. Yeah, he stopped that real quick. He said that shit right after the fight. I think he thought he lost that, to keep it real. But I'm not hating on Terrence Crawford. Just like I want to see what he look like at the new weight. I don't know, bruh. Because when they talking about Terrence Crawford power, bruh, you gotta realize Terrence Crawford was strong at what was it, 130, 135, 140, 147. He was, bruh. We ain't seen him fight at 154. We don't know how that nigga power gonna translate. I'm just one of the people that gotta see it. It don't matter who really fighting, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? If we just going off niggas' record and shit, that nigga Teofimo Lopez fighting shouldn't have touched him. You get what I'm saying? That nigga had 8 losses. Coming off a narrow win. You know what I'm talking about, bro? That shit don't be mattering. I keep telling y'all it matter on the night. You ain't never seen a nigga getting near sluggish. Errol Spence, nigga. You ain't never seen a nigga like, you don't never know if it's your night till you get in there, folks. It ain't no telling how you look on the night, nigga. All that sparring, all that training and shit, this is how you feel when you step in the ring, nigga. When they say, let's get ready to rumble. You know what I'm talking about? I wish him the best. I'm just telling you the deciding factor for me is going to be if Bud can hurt him. It's going to be an easy night. You know what I'm talking about? If Bud can't hurt that dude, folks, it's going to be a long night for Bud, folks. I ain't bullshitting with you. I know about the pound for pound and all that shit, the 10 to 11 fights. Sometimes, bruh, like, I don't know, man. It's hard to explain. You just gonna see, where my thing go? You just gonna see on that night, folks. Yo, hold on. Tonight's the night. Yeah, you just gonna see on tonight. And like I say, I be feeling like that nigga fans be jinxing them, bruh. Them niggas be saying a whole, like, them niggas be talking like they finna go in there and fight. They be talking about how much easy work it is and like how many fights a motherfucker and shit got. That shit, I mean, it might mean something. It's gonna mean something in experience. Don't know if a nigga gonna get caught up in the lights. Nigga ain't never, bruh, you ain't never had a big fight till you have one. It's how you perform in the biggest fight. It's like y'all don't be understanding other people motivation and shit for shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like y'all just count the nigga out. I don't think it mean nothing Bud bigger or none of that shit. I don't. I didn't think it mattered if Madrimov was bigger. I don't think none of that shit mattered. I don't. I think the deciding factor in this whole motherfucking fight is gonna be, and I don't know what time this motherfucker gonna get to you. Just know I made this motherfucker before the fight. This motherfucker might get to you after the fight, looking at. But nigga, just know the deciding factor of me gonna be if Bud could hurt him. And once again, I say if Bud could hurt this dude, Bud gonna have an easy night. Cause Bud getting him up out of there real quick if he could hurt him. I ain't bullshitting with you. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he gonna get him up out of there real quick if he could hurt him. It ain't finna go long at all. He finna display his newfound power. You know he is. You know what I'm talking about? That's why this is gonna be the deciding factor of this motherfucker fight. Cause if Bud can hurt that nigga, you gonna see a display of his newfound power. I ain't bullshitting with you. Cause he gonna make a statement. Cause all this shit, and that's one more thing I wanna, I don't wanna address it, but we talking sports. But I heard, first of all, I think no matter what you say nowadays, they gonna make it bigger than what it really is, what you might have really meant by it. You know what I'm talking about? I think they just gonna criticize everything you say. I don't know if a motherfucker promoting the fight or not, bro. So I ain't gonna even get into that. But this is the part I don't get. Whatever a motherfucker say, how you know they don't feel that way? Somebody gonna say, bro, what you talking about? Like how Bud, I ain't talking about how he said the urban and all. I ain't talking about that. But like they asked him some shit and he was like, this fight feels bigger than Spence. And I'm not talking about no ticket sales or nothing like this. I took that in like the preparation or, but it was hella motherfuckers like, man, that's bullshit. The other fight sold more. No, I didn't even take it from that standpoint. But what I'm saying is, how do you know how he felt about that motherfucking fight? He might have always thought that was an easy fight. You know what I'm talking about? That might have not been a hard fight for him to prepare for. You probably was the only one thinking that he couldn't do that shit. You know what I'm talking about? But you can't never tell nobody what's the hardest something for them, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You don't know what kind of pressure this man up under. Do you realize if this nigga lose this fight right here, it's damn near like he'll lose his whole motherfucking legacy, bro. I'm telling you. If that nigga lose this fight right here, I'm telling you, Earl Spence gonna get a victory. If Bud lose tonight, that's gonna somehow confirm that Earl Spence was weight drained or something. His reel was broke. I ain't bullshitting with you. If Bud lose tonight, Earl Spence gonna get a victory. That's gonna prove something. Man, it's just weird. I ain't bullshitting with you. But I don't like how they did him like that. Like, you gonna tell this nigga what's harder for him to, you know what I'm talking about? What was harder for him? That nigga crazy as a motherfucker. Now, I ain't talking about nothing he said about the black community, none of that, you know what I'm talking about? But I think sometimes niggas just be promoting their moment. And I think we just like to get in people's business, you know what I'm talking about? And I think if it was they fighter, they would have said some shit like that. They just promoting the fight. You know what I'm talking about? But I just don't believe you could tell somebody what was harder for them. You know what I'm talking about? When that nigga might not even train hard for Spence. Nigga, that nigga, like, you know what I'm talking about? You don't know. Like, nigga, this is a big ass moment for this nigga. There's hella shit riding on this nigga. The Canelo fight. Just hella shit, bruh. You don't know how much pressure this nigga under. And I'm not trying to, you know what I'm talking about? It's just crazy how people just come out and tell you shit and it's like they thoughts is automatically what this other person thinking, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I already know what he was thinking. No, you don't. You know how you don't? Because he never told you what he was thinking. You know what I'm talking about? That's just your own fantasy narrative you done came up with, folks. Some straight out of comic book. But y'all don't like that. And I'm just saying, for me, that's the whole determining factor. Nigga, I just like boxing, folks. And I'm just gonna keep it real with you. That's why I wish the black fighters just fight the, I ain't gonna say just fight the black fighters. You fight everybody in your weight division, that's good. But I wish more of us would fight, because I really don't like seeing the black fighters lose the other races and shit just to keep it all the way real. I don't. It's just like my man 903 said, man, I'm telling you, he kept it real right there. If another race beat us, that's gonna make them famous overnight. Shout out 903. That's gonna make them famous overnight. If they don't win the fight, just give you a hard fight, drop you or something. They gonna become famous overnight. Pitbull. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't bullshitting with you. They gonna become famous overnight, nigga. We're a backfighter, you gonna have to jump up 5 weight classes, nigga, and fight Riddick Bowe. You know what I'm talking about in this prime. You know, for you to even get a little bit of respect on your name. Something straight out of comic book. Boxing talk. So yeah, I'm worried for Bud. To keep it real with you, if you just ask me, I'll tell you, I can see 3 or 4 upsets on that motherfucker. Oh, that's pen. I ain't bullshitting with you. But this fight gonna be intriguing to me. And once again, to everybody, especially my partners, I'm not hating on Bud. I'm not the person that sit around and want people to lose. Man, I don't like that nigga. I can't wait till he lose. I don't really I don't really desire to be seeing nobody lose, bruh. I just understand motherfucker fighting. You know what I'm talking about? Just because you might not have heard a motherfucker, and people do that all the time, even when nephew be fighting. Like, I was never really worried about JoJo Diaz. But I was telling people that Linares fight. Like, man, nephew gotta watch out, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers, nah, man, who, like, because other people don't even be knowing who people is, you know what I'm talking about? Nah, bro, could crack a little bit. And he could fight. And it's like they don't even give nephew credit for his resume. You know how many of them other niggas never fought Linares? Regis Prograis. You know how many niggas jumped up to 140? Even Tank. Tank fought Mario's Barrios. T.O. fought Josh Taylor. And when that fight was first made, you thought Josh Taylor was going to beat T.O. half to death, didn't you? Y'all see how Josh Taylor looked that night? He didn't even look strong, did he? Sluggish. And that's all I'm saying, folks. You got to bring your best shit that night. That's all I'm saying. I ain't going to sit here and act like, I don't know. I just ain't going to sit here and act like, I want Bud to win, bro. But I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't feel that nigga in danger. I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck who a motherfucker fight. I was trying to tell my partner back in the, we had this about Mike Tyson, because everybody loved Mike Tyson. I wasn't a Mike Tyson fan. I wasn't I was a Holyfield dude. I was. They always tell you, I always liked the Holyfield. I never really liked Tyson. And it was just, I don't know, Tyson got a raw deal, to keep it real. He was like Larry Holmes before him a little bit. How Larry Holmes came in and all them niggas was kind of old. Mike Tyson came in where all them niggas was kind of old. Mike Tyson didn't even really, he was already washed by the time he got around to fighting the motherfuckers that he never fought Riddick Bowe. I would have liked to see George Foreman and Mike Tyson. And this is what I'm talking about. I'm glad I said that on Boxing Talk. Can I tell you I ran into somebody that told me they seen that fight? Nigga told me he seen Mike Tyson fight George Foreman. I said, man, you niggas something straight out of comic book. I would have liked to see that fight though. But Mike Tyson never fought like he fought Lennox Lewis, but he was already gone. He never fought Riddick Bowe like that would have been some good fights. But he came up in that era where like the niggas was kind of old. Like Holyfield was kind of his nemesis. But he, like I said, it wasn't no Riddick Bowe. The only motherfucker I could remember him fighting was Alex Stewart. I was kind of young, I think, if my memory serves me right. Alex Stewart used to crack too. I ain't bullshitting with you. I don't think Tyson ever fought Michael Moore. Mm-mm. Tyson probably would have killed Michael Moore though. I'm sure of it. Ray Mercer and all them, they had some niggas that was some good. But like I was telling my partner, because everybody was talking about Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson. But to me, I don't know if he fought anybody before this. But my nigga James Quick Tiller's really the one who made the blueprint to beat Mike Tyson. He did. Yeah, James, I forgot that nigga name. James Quick Tillers. You know what I'm talking about? James Tillers. He the one that made the blueprint to whip Mike Tyson. If you ever go back and watch that fight. He was the first one kind of pushing him back and hitting him and shit. He was. But yeah, man, this the night. And I'm finna get on up out of here. Boxing talk, you feel me? Yeah, I'm finna get on up out of here. But yeah, man, that's the night. Like I said, I hope the best for Bud. I just love boxing. But I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't worried. You know what I'm talking about? And then the worry that Brett got in him. Because dude twitchy. And just like I said, everybody talking about, man, he telegraphs, he tried to throw that shit. Like, that shit you looking at whoever he fought, bruh, that shit ain't gonna be the same shit tonight. You know what I'm talking about? He might have it in his bag, bruh, but that shit different when you in the ring with people. Do you realize a motherfucker gauging your timing and shit too? Like a motherfucker, like, I don't think y'all get that, bruh. I don't. I just think we be in fantasy land and we just know the ability of our fighters. You know what I'm talking about? So we just know what they got the ability to do. That shit a little different. Especially if you get cracked, bruh. Especially if you get cracked. That's why, to me, now listen, y'all done heard me say I want Bud to win. To me, this whole fight gonna come down to if Bud could hurt Madrimov. If Bud can't hurt Madrimov, Bud ass is in trouble. You know what I'm talking about? But what do I know? Only you, you know what I'm talking about, could prevent forest fires, man. And with them right there, you don't remember nothing else. Always remember, it don't cost nothing. Just to show a little bit of that love.